Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Code with Surya Official. In today's video, we will be building an amazing Smoothie Bliss website using reactjs and Tailwind CSS. As we can see, we have a stunning navbar which contains a fantastic logo and menu items. Below that, we have a beautiful hero section which includes a nice text, a stylish button, and a nice animated image. Below the hero section, there is a well-designed menu list showcasing images and names of items. Next, we have the About Us section, which contains the image file with some text. Next to About Us, we have a nice location, which provides zoom in and zoom out features. Below this location, we have a Contact Us form, which contains name, email and message field and a stylish send message button. Finally, footer section, which display a beautiful logo, links, customer support details. At the very bottom, we have a copyright text and a beautiful social media icons. This site is fully responsive. If I will show you in the mobile screen, then you can see the responsiveness. Here is the mobile version. You can see the hero section and then our menu list, and we have this beautiful About Us section, and below that About Us sections we have this location and this Contact Us form, and at the last we have this beautiful footer with these social media icons. At the top we have this beautiful hamburger button. If I click, then you can see the list of menu items. If I will click this close button, then this menu will be disappear. So it is like a toggle button, open and close. This is the awesome project that we are going to build today. If you are new to this channel, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are ready, then let's get started. Now I am in the Visual Studio Code Editor. I already created a folder, name is React Tailwind. Inside this folder, we are going to create our React project. So let's create our React project. npx create React app space dot press enter. So it will create a React project inside this React Tailwind folder. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. So in this project we are going to use Tailwind CSS. So let's check for the Tailwind documentation. So let's search for the Tailwind. So this is the official website for the Tailwind CSS. To use Tailwind CSS, we need to run these two commands and do some configuration. Okay, so let's check our Visual Studio Code Editor whether the project is installed or not. So it is still not installed. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. Our React project created successfully. To run this command, I am going to write npm start press enter. So this is the UI for the React application. So let's go to the Tailwind documentation, and from there I am going to copy this first command and install in our system. So let's create a new terminal and install this package. So the package is installed successfully. So let's go to the Tailwind documentation, and from there I am going to copy this init command and paste it here. So you can see here in the left hand side it will generate a config file. So here I am going to copy this line and paste it here. This is the configuration. So here it is showing dot slash src, and inside this src folder it is taking HTML file and JS file, but we are going to use JSX as a React extension. So I am going to write JSX extension as well. Save it and close this configuration, and let's come back here. I am going to copy this 3 utility class. Okay, so copy this one, and in the src folder we have this index.css file. I'll come down and in the below paste it here. Okay, so this is the configuration. So our configuration is done. So let's close this window and close this index.css file, and let's go to this src folder. Inside this folder we have this index.js file. So this is the entry point of our React project. So let's go to the app.jsx file. So from here I am going to remove this header section. So remove this line, and in the class name need to put text 3xl. Text color will be red 800, and the text is hello world. Save it and check it in the browser. So you can see here, so hello world text will be displaying the screen, and Tailwind class also applied to the text. Okay, so let's go back to the Visual Studio Code editor, and here need to remove this hello world text and this class as well. So let's write our Tailwind CSS code. So here the class name is bg gradient to right from white color to pink color, pink 50, and text gray 800. So let's close this terminal. Inside this div, we are going to create our header component. So let's create a component folder inside this src folder. So component slash header.jsx. Okay, so press enter. So you can see here header component is created inside this component folder. To create our React component, need to write rfce, press enter. So you can see it will generate this component boilerplate. So let's go to this app.js file and here import it. Header. So you can see in the top it is imported. Okay, so let's delete this logo and go to this header.jsx component, and here need to remove this header text and create a class, and the class name is bgpink 100 and text pink 800, padding y is 4, shadow will be md, and px is 6 for the mobile screen, and in the medium screen px will be 12, and the position will be fixed, and top is 0 and left also 0. Width is full, and g index is 10. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here you can see the header is coming here. Okay, so I'm going to convert this div into header tag, and this header tag is put inside a React fragment. Okay, so here, so this is the React fragment. Inside this React fragment need to paste this header tag. Okay, so inside this header tag I am going to create another div, and the class name is, this is a flex box, so display flex item center justify between, and inside this div need to create another div, and the class name will be text is 2xl, and the font weight is bold. It is also a flex box, so flex item center, and gap is 2. Okay, so inside this div I am going to create our logo image. So img plus enter, so it will generate this image tag, and the src is I am going to import it the logo image in the top. So import logo from dot slash assets slash logo.png. Okay, so we have this assets folder. Inside this assets folder we have some images file. Okay, so from there I am going to import this logo image and put it as a JSX expression. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see the logo image is coming. So need to fix this logo image first. So for that the alternate text also logo, and need to create a class name, and the width will be 16. Save it and check it in the browser. Here you can see the logo image is fixed. Okay, so let's write a text here. So for that need to create a spine tag, and the text is smoothie bliss, and that class name is, if I hover this text, then text will be ping 500, and need to apply transition here, transition. Okay, and in the mobile screen it should be hidden, and in the medium screen it should be block. Okay, so save it and check it in our browser. You can see here, if I hover this, the text color is changed. Okay, so let's check for the mobile screen as well. So in the mobile screen, if I reduce its width, in the desktop screen or in the medium screen, the text with this logo image is showing, but in the mobile screen you can see the text is hidden. Okay, great. So our logo is working fine. So let's create a navigation bar for the desktop screen. Okay, so after this div, I'm going to write a comment here, desktop navigation, desktop navigation, and after this comment need to create a nav tag, and the class name should be, in the mobile screen it should be hidden, and in the MD it is flex, and space X is 6, and font is medium, and text transform is uppercase. Inside this nav tag, I am going to create a anchor tag here, and the text will be home, and the class name is, if I hover this menu items, then text color should be changed to pink 500, and need to apply transition here. So let's copy this anchor tag and paste it for another 4 times. Okay, so the second one is menu, third one is about us, and the fourth one is location, the last one is contact. Save it and check it in the browser. So you can see home, menu, about us, locations, contact. So the menu items is looking fine. So let's check for the mobile screen. So in the mobile screen it should not be visible. Okay, so in the desktop screen this looks fine, but in the mobile screen this is also great. So there is no menu items for the mobile screen. This looks awesome. Okay, great. So let's go back to the Visual Studio Code editor. So after this menu items, I am going to create a search bar here. So I am going to write a comment here, icons and search bar. So after this comment, need to create a div, and the class name will be, it is a flex box. So flex item is center, and space X will be 4. Okay, so inside this div, I am going to create a class name here, and the position is relative, and in the mobile screen it should be hidden, and in the medium screen it should be blocked. Okay, and inside this div I am going to create our search bar here. So input type is text, and the placeholder is search smoothie. Okay, and the class name is padding to rounded LG, and background is BG pink 50, and text color will be pink 700. Save it and check it in the browser. You can see the search box is showing here, but if I click this search box, then you can see the outline. So I'm going to remove this outline. So for that, after this text pink 700, need to write focus ring to, and focus ring pink 300, and outline is none, and apply transition here, transition. So save it and check it in the browser. So if I click this search box, then you can see the outline. The outline is different color, that is pink color. Okay. So after this search box, I'm going to put some icons here. So for that, so search for font awesome CDN, press enter. So click this first link and inside this font awesome CDN, copy link tag. Okay, so copy this one and I'm going to paste it inside this index.html file and paste it below this link. Okay, so save it and close this HTML file and let's create a fav icon. For that, after this input tag, I'm going to create a I tag and here the class name is FAS FA search and text is pink 800, position is absolute right 3. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see the icon is showing in the search box. Okay, great. After this search box, I am going to put two icons here. One is for the users and second one is for the shopping cart. Okay, so let's go back to the Visual Studio Code editor and after this div, I am going to create a anchor tag here. So a press enter, so it will generate this anchor tag and inside this anchor tag I am going to create a I tag and here class name is FAS FA user and text is Excel. If I hover this icon, then change to pink 500 and need to apply transition here. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see the icon color. Okay, it is changing. Next, need to put a cart icon here. So for that, again copy this anchor tag and paste it below this anchor tag. But here, instead of FA users, need to put FA shopping cart. Shopping cart. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. You can see we have this user icon and cart icon. Okay, great. So our menu items is completed for the desktop screen, but I am going to check for the mobile screen. So you can see here there is no menu items for the mobile screen. Okay, so I am going to create a hamburger icon here. So if I click this hamburger icon, then it will display the menu items here. Okay, so for that, so after this div, I am going to write a comment here and the comment is mobile menu toggle button and after this comment I'm going to create a button tag here. So below this comment I'm going to create a button here, so button, and inside this button need to create a I tag and here class name is FAS FA dash bars and the text is 2XL. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this is the hamburger icon. Okay, so let's write a tailwind class for the button. Text is pink 800 and hover text pink 500 and need to apply some transition here. So transition, save it and check it in the browser. So you can see if I hover it, you can see I don't want to show this hamburger icon in the desktop screen or in the medium screen. I want to show in the mobile screen only. Okay, so for that I am going to create a state variable here. So the variable name is mobile menu open, comma set is mobile menu open. Use state and by default it is false. Okay, so calm down and in the I tag, here need to write a condition. Okay, so the condition is, if I am going to write a JSX expression, so need to write curly bracket and tilde, and inside that put dollar curly bracket, and here is mobile menu open, then need to create a icon here, FAS FA dash times text 3xl. If it is true, or if it is false, then paste this. If each mobile menu open is true, then show this class, or else show this class. Okay, so for that I am going to create an event here in the button, and the event is on click. Okay, so here I am going to set each mobile menu open is not each mobile menu open. So that means it is, if it is true then false, if it is false then true. Okay, so here you can see, if I click this icon, you can see the cross icon is coming. If I click again this cross icon, then you can see the hamburger icon. So this looks like true, false. Okay, great. But you can see here, I don't want to show this hamburger menu in the desktop screen. I just want to display this hamburger menu in the mobile screen. For that, in the button, so in the desktop screen, it should be hidden. Save it and check it. You can see there is no hamburger menu. But if I come to mobile screen, you can see the hamburger menu. Okay, great. If I expand it, you can see there is no hamburger menu. If I come to mobile screen, then you can see the hamburger menu. Great. Okay, cool. Okay, so after this header tag, I'm going to write a comment here, mobile menu. And below this comment, need to create a div, and the class name is, the position is fixed, top is 64 pixel, and right is 0, width also 64, and height is full, and background is BG pink 100, and in the medium screen it is hidden. I need to put some transition here, so transition transform duration 300 is in out. Okay, and z index should be 50, so it is always in the top. So you can see the sidebar. Okay, so it is always fixed. If I click this hamburger menu, then only this sidebar will come, and if I click this close button, then the sidebar will be closed. So for that I am going to write a condition here. So for that, curly bracket tilde, and inside this again curly bracket dollar, and in the last also tilde curly bracket. Inside this curly bracket, I am going to write a condition here. So the condition is mobile menu open is true, then the class will be translate x 0, and if it is false, then translate x is full. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So now you can see there is no sidebar. Okay, so whenever I am going to click this hamburger menu, okay, so it is not working. Let me check. Okay, here you can see I added this double quote here. Remove this double quote and save it. Again, check it in the browser. So if I click this hamburger menu, then you can see the panel is coming. If I click this cross, this is gone. Okay, so this is looking great. Cool. Okay, so let's create our menu items here. So for that, inside this div, I'm going to create a navbar, nav, and the class name is display is flex, and flex direction is column, and items is center, space y is 8, and py is 4, px is 6. And inside this snap bar, I am going to create a anchor tag home, and the class is, if I am going to hover this menu items, then text color will be text pink 500, and need to put transition here. So transition and font is medium. Okay, so copy this anchor tag and paste it for another 4 times. The second one is menu, third one is about us, and the fourth one is location. The last one is contact. So save it and check it in the browser. So if I click this hamburger menu, then you can see all the menu items is coming here. And if I hover this menu items, then this looks fine. If I click this cross icon, then it is closed. Open, close. This looks great. But the problem is, if you observe here, the home menu is not showing. Okay, top is 64 pixel, so instead of 64 pixel need to write 90 pixel. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this looks great. So our menu bar also fixed for the mobile screen. Okay, great. So let's target our hero section. Okay, so for that, go back to the Visual Studio Code editor. I am going to close this tab index.js and header.jsx. Okay, so after this header, so I am going to create a hero section component inside this components folder. Hero section dot jsx. So RFC press enter, so it will generate this React component boilerplate. Let's import from this app.js component. So hero section. So save it and go back to the hero section component. Here, remove this div, and instead of this div, I am going to create a section tag here. So section, and inside this section, I am going to create a class name. Position is relative, pg gradient to bottom from pink 100 to white, and overflow is hidden. Padding x will be 12 and margin top will be 24. So inside this section tag, I am going to create a div, and the class name is, it is a container, and mx is auto, and it is a flex box. So flex direction is column for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen flex direction is row, and item center and gap will be 12. Okay, so inside this div I'm going to create a div, and the class name is md, width will be 1 by 2, text is center. Inside this div, I am going to create a left hand side panel and right hand side panel. So the left hand side panel, I am going to put some text and a button, and the right hand side panel, I am going to put some image file. Okay, so for that, I am going to write a comment here, left panel and right panel. Okay, so in the left panel, I am going to create a div, and the class name is, in the medium screen, width is 1 by 2, and text is center for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen, text is left hand side. And inside this div, I am going to create a h1 tag, and the text is sip of happy delights. Save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. So I am going to write a class name here. So the text is 6xl, font weight is extra bold, text color is pink 700. Save it and check it in the browser. So this is the sleep of heavy delights text. Okay, so this looks great. So next one is, I'm going to create a p tag, and inside this p tag I'm going to paste this text. Okay, and the class name is, margin top is 6 and text is LG, and font weight is semi bold, and text color is gray 700. So save it and check it in our browser. So you can see here it is. Okay, so this looks fine. Okay, so after this p tag, I am going to create a button here. So the button text is order now and the class name is margin top 8, bg pink 600 and text is white and padding x is 8 and padding y is 3. Rounded full, shadow is MD, and if I hover this button, then the BG color will be changed to pink 800. If I hover this button, the text color is changed to pink 700 and transition is all and duration is 300. So if I hover this button, then you can see, okay, so the instead of this BG color, the text color is changing. So need to check here. So I did a mistake here. Instead of this text color, I need to put BG color. Save it and check it. So this looks fine. Okay. So if I hover it, then the background color also change. Okay, great. So the left hand side panel is completed. So let's target the right hand side panel. So for that, I am going to create a div after this comment, and here div class name is in the medium screen, the width will be 1 by 2, and inside this I am going to create an image img plus enter. So the image is, I am going to import the image in the top. So import right image from dot slash asset slash glass.png. Okay, or else instead of write image, I'm going to write here glass. You can write any name, component name is any name. Okay, so let's remove this src and put it as a jsx expression and paste this glass, and the alternate text is write image. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine, but I need to do some style for this right side panel or this image. Okay, so for that I'm going to write here class name width is full and rounded LG, and hover is, if I hover this image, then scale will be 105, transition transform and duration will be 500. Save it and check it in the browser. If I hover this image, then you can see the transition effect. Okay, great. This looks beautiful. So our hero section is completed. So let's target for the menu items. Okay, so let's go back to the Visual Studio Code editor and close this hero section. It is completed. So let's create a component inside this components folder. So the component name is menu list menulist.jsx rfce to generate this component boilerplate. Okay, so let's go to this app.js component, and so after this div I am going to import it here. So menu list, so I am going to code this code and put a react fragment here, and inside this react fragment paste our code. Okay, so this looks great. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine, there is no error. Okay, so let's target for this menu list. Okay, need to remove this menu list text and remove this div. Instead of this div I am going to create a section tag here, section, and the class name is padding y is 16 and bg color is white color. Okay, so inside this section tag I am going to create a div, and the class name is, it is a container, mx is auto and text is center. Okay, and inside this div I am going to create a s2 tag, and the text is our menu, class name text for Excel, and font weight is extra bold, and text color is pink 600, and margin bottom is 6. So save it and check it in our browser. So you can see here it is our menu. The text is showing in the browser. Okay, great. So below this S2 tag, I am going to create a P tag, and the text is, so this is the text for this P tag. Okay, so the class name is text gray 600, and text is LG, margin bottom is 12. So save it and check it in our browser. So you can see here this is the text. Okay, great. So inside this menu items, I am going to show the menu list here. So for that, I already created a array of items. So I just paste it before this function. So I'll show you the array of items. Okay, the array name is product, and inside this we have a objects, we have a name and the image URL and the alternate text. You can pause here and write it manually, or else you can create a array of object by your own. Okay, these are the products. So let's close this products, and after this p tag I'm going to create a div, and the class name is display flex, justify content center, items also center. Okay, so inside this div I'm going to create another div, and here I'm going to create a class, and instead of flexbox I'm going to use the grid. Okay, tailwind grid. So grid column will be 3 for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen grid column will be 9. Okay, so inside this div I am going to show these products. Okay, so let's create a JSX expression, and need to write products dot map, and inside this product comma idx. Okay, so inside this I am going to create another div. Inside this div I am going to create a image tag, product dot image URL, and the alternate text also product dot alternate text, alt text. Okay, and after this image tag I am going to create a p tag, and here I am going to display the product name, product dot name. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. So we have this image and this text. Okay, so that means I'm going to show the image with its description. So let's write some CSS for this image class. In the image tag, class name is width is 20, height also 20, object is cover, and if we hover this image, then the scale will be 110. Okay, and transition transform, and the duration will be 300. In the p tag I'm going to write a class. So the class name is text sm, font is semi bold, and the text color is green 700, margin top is 2. So save it and check it in our browser. So you can see this looks great. So if I hover this image, then you can see the transition effect. Okay, so this looks great. So let's check for the mobile screen as well. So if I check for the mobile screen, so here it is. Okay, so in the desktop it is in one row. That means the 9 items is coming in a single line, but in the mobile screen the items is coming in a multiple lines. Okay, so here you can see if I change to bigger screen, it is coming in the one line, but in the mobile screen it is showing in the 3 lines. Okay, great. This looks absolutely awesome. Okay, cool. So our menu items also completed. Okay, so let's target our next section. So the next section is about us. Okay, so let's go to the Visual Studio Code editor again and open this window, and inside this component I am going to create another component about.jsx. so RFCE, press enter, so it will generate this component boilerplate. Okay, so let's go to the app.js file, and after this menu list I am going to import this about component here. Let's close this header and menu list, and let's go to the about.jsx component. So let's remove this about text, and in the div I am going to create a class. So the px is 10 and the py is 8, and inside this div I am going to create an h2 tag, and the text is about us, and the class name is text 4xl, and the font weight is extra bold, and the text color is pink 600, and the text will be center. Okay, so after this s2 tag I am going to create a div, and the class name is, it is a flex box, so display flex, and the flex direction is column for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen flex direction will be row. Okay, and item center, and justify is between, and spacex is 8. Inside this div I am going to create another div, so let's close this window. So div, and here the class name will be width is full in the mobile screen, and in the medium screen width will be 1 by 2, and in the medium screen border right 4, in the medium screen border pink 500. Okay, so inside this div I am going to create a image tag here, so img plus enter, and the image is, I'm going to the top and import it here. Import about us image from dot slash assets slash fbt.png. Okay, so let's copy this component name and write inside a gsx expression, and alternate text also abtimg. Width is full, height is auto, max width is md, and mx is auto, rounded lg, and shadow will be lg. So save it and check it in our browser. So you can see this looks great. Our about us section for the left hand side is working fine. Now I am going to target the right hand side, and in the right hand side I am going to put some text here. Okay, so for that I am going to write a comment here. This is a image section, and after this div I am going to put text section. Okay, text section. So the text section is, I'm going to create a div, and the class name is width is full in the mobile screen, and in the medium screen width is 1 by 2, and in the medium screen padding left will be 8, and it is a flex box, so display flex, and flex direction is column, and justify center, space y is 4, and inside this div I am going to create a h2 tag, and the text is about ship happy delights, and the class name is text 3xl, font is bold, text is center, and text color is pink 500. So after this s2 tag, let's create a p tag, and the class name is text lg, text gray 700. Okay, and the text is, I already copied and pasted here. Like that we have some more text also, so after this p tag paste it here. Okay, so save it and check it in our browser. So here it is. So our about us section also looking great. Okay, so let's check for the mobile screen. So in the mobile screen, in the top, image is coming, and in the below we have some text. So this looks great. So our about us section also completed. So let's target our location. Okay. So go back to the Visual Studio Code editor, and here need to create a component, and the component name is location.jsx. So let's create our component boilerplate RFCE. So here it is. So just remove this location text here and create a class name. The class name is container mx auto, and padding x will be 12 and margin bottom will be 14. And inside this div I am going to create a h2 tag, and the class name is same for the about us. Okay, you can see whatever class we are writing here, so same class we need to put it in our locations also. So copy from here and paste it inside this class. Okay, and the text will be our location, so save it and check it in our browser. Here there is no locations, just because of I just forgot to import from this app.jsx component. Okay, so after this about component I'm going to import this locations component also. So save it and check it in our browser. So you can see in the below here it is our location. Great. So let's go back to the location component, and after this h2 tag I am going to create a div, and the class name will be position is relative and width is full. And inside this div I am going to create our map. So for that I just copied a map from the Google and paste it here. So here it is. For the Google map I am going to use iframe, and in the src I just paste this URL, Google map URL. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. You can't see any map here. So for that what I have to do is, in the div I am going to write a style tag, and inside this padding bottom I am going to write 30.25%. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see our map is loaded successfully. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. Everything is working fine. Okay, great. So this is our map. You can see here in our location text and the map is close to each other. So we need to put some gap here. Okay, so for that, after this text being 500, I am going to write margin bottom is 6. So save it and check it. So now this looks fine. So our location also completed. So let's target our next section, and the next section is contact us. Okay, so let's go back to the Visual Studio Code editor and let's create a component, and the component name is contact us, contact.jsx. To create the component boilerplate need to write RFCE. So let's import from this app.jsx component, and after this location need to import it here. Let's close this location.js and let's go to this contact.jsx file. So first remove this contact text, and here I am going to create a class name, and the class is px is 10, padding bottom is 12, and width is full, and it is a flex box. So flex justify center, and inside this div I am going to create another div, and the class name will be width is full for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen width is 1 by 2, background color is white color, padding is 8, and rounded is LG, and the shadow will be 2XL. So inside this div I am going to create a h2 tag, and inside this tag the text will be contact us, and the class name is text is 4 XL, font weight is extra bold, and text color is pink 600, and text is center, and margin bottom is 4. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see here it is. This is the contact us form. So here it is. So after this s2 tag, I am going to create a form tag, and the class is, it is a grid column is 1, and the gap will be 6. Okay. So inside this form tag, I am going to create a div, and the class name is, again it is grid, and grid column is 1 for the mobile screen, and in the medium screen grid column will be 2, and the gap will be 6. And inside this div I am going to create another div. Again I am going to create a label tag, and HTML is for name, and the text also name, and the class name is text lg, and the text color is gray 700, and margin bottom is 2. And inside this label I am going to create an input tag, and the type is text, and the placeholder is your name, and the class is width is full. Okay, let's close this window. Padding is 3, and border, next need to put the border color, border gray 300, and it is rounded lg. Focus, outline is none, and again it is focus ring 2, and again it is focus ring pink 500. So save it and check it in the browser. See, if I click, so you can see it is blue color, the outline is blue color. This looks great. So let's copy this input and label and paste it here, and instead of name it is email, HTML4 also email, and the type is email, and instead of your name it is your email. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see here it is. I don't want to put name and email one below another, but I just want to put name and email one after another. Okay, just like a, this this side is name, and this right left side is name, and right side will be email. Okay, so instead of this label and input, I just got from here, and after this div I am going to create another div, and here I need to paste it. So save it and check it. Now you can see this looks great. This is the name and this is the email. And below this name and email, I am going to create a text area. So for that, after this second div, I am going to create another div, and inside this div, label is, I am going to copy this label and paste it here, and instead of email I am going to write message, and HTML4 also message, and after this label text I am going to create a input type as a text area, and row will be 5, and the class name is, I am going to copy this class name and paste it below, and the placeholder will be your message. Save it and check it in the browser. So you can see here it is. This looks great. Name, email and message. So let's check for the mobile screen as well. So if I check in the mobile screen, this looks great. So you can see name, email and message is coming one after another. Okay, you can see in the desktop screen and in the mobile screen as well. This looks awesome. Okay, so this is also completed, and our last section will be footer section. Okay, so let's target for the footer section. So let's go back to the component folder, and inside this folder I am going to create a component, and the component name is footer.jsx. Let's create the component boilerplate, RFCE, press enter. Okay, so let's import from here, so footer, and let's go to this footer component, and instead of this div I'm going to create a footer tag, and inside this footer tag the class name will be bggray 900, and text will be white, and padding y will be 12, padding x will be 10, and inside this footer I am going to create a div, and the class name will be container, and mx is auto, it is a grid, so I am going to create a grid column is 1 for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen grid column will be 4 and gap will be 4. Okay, so inside this div I am going to create a image tag. The image will be, I am going to import it from the top, import logo dot slash assets slash logo dot png. So basically it is a logo file, so remove this double quote and paste it inside a JSX expression, and the alternate text also logo. So let's create a class name, and the class name is width is 48, and in the mobile it is hidden, and in the medium screen it should be block. Okay, so save it and check it in our browser. So let's check, here it is. So our logo is looking great. In the header it is showing white color, but in the footer it is showing black color. Okay, it is a transparent image, so this looks fine. Let's go back to the Visual Studio Code editor. After this image I am going to create a div, and inside this div need to create a s3 tag, and the text will be quick links, and the class name is text lg, font weight is semi bold, and margin bottom will be 4. And after this h3 tag I am going to create a ul tag, ul, and inside this ul we have a li, and inside this li we have a anchor tag. Okay, so press enter, so it will generate this ul, li and anchor tag. About us, so the class name for the UL tag is space y is 2, and in the anchor tag class name is text gray 400. If I hover this anchor tag, text color is pink 500, and need to put transition here. So save it, and let's copy this li tag and paste it for another 4 times. Okay, and let's change the text. So our menu items is about us, our product, blogs, contact us, and FAQs. So save it and check it in our browser. So here it is. So this is the quick links, and these are the links. If I hover it, then you can see the transition with the text color. This looks great. So the next column will be customer support. So create a div, and inside this div is 3 tag, and the text is customer support, and the class name is text lg, font is semi bold, and margin bottom will be 4. Okay, so save it and check it in our browser. So here it is. So I'm not going to show you the whole thing, okay, just because of this video is too long. I'm not going to show you the customer support items because this video is too long, so I just copied and paste it here. So these are the text: shipping and returns, privacy policy, terms and condition, track order, and help and support. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Okay, so this looks great. So this is also I copied and paste it here after this second column. So here we have this stay connected section. Let's close this window, and you can see here, I can show you in the right side also. You can pause and you can write. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see, okay, so we have this email input with this subscribe button. This is our fourth column. So first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. So let's check for the mobile screen also. In the mobile screen, you can see it is coming one below another. So we have a quick links, customer support, and the stay connected with this email and subscribe button. So the last one will be in the below. I am going to put some copyrights and the social media icons. Okay, so for that, need to close this one. After this div, I am going to create another div, and the class name will be margin top is 12, and we need to put a border for the top, border gray 700, padding top is 6, and inside this div I am going to create another div, and the class name is container mx auto, and it is a flex box, so display flex direction is column for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen flex direction will be row. Okay, and justify is between, and items is center. Save it, and inside this div I am going to create a p tag, and the text is copyright. I'll show you how we can get the copyright symbol. So for that, ampersand copy semicolon and 2024, and the website name is like I'm going to write my channel name, code with Surya official. All right, reserved. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is in the left hand side. So let's create the social media icons. So for that, after this p tag, I'm going to create another div, and the class name is, it is a flex box. So display flex, and space x is 6, and inside this I'm going to create a anchor tag. The class name will be text gray 400, and hover, if I hover this text, then text color will be changed to pink 500, and need to put transition here. So transition and text is excel. Okay, and inside this anchor tag I am going to create our social media icon. For that, so copy this anchor tag and paste it for another 3 times. So the first one is Facebook, and the second one is Twitter, third one is Instagram, and the last one is YouTube. Okay, so save it and check it in our browser. So you can see here it is. Okay, I did a mistake. I need to cut this entire div, our copyright div, and paste it below this div. Okay, before this footer. So paste this one. So save it and check it in our browser. So now you can see in the left hand side we have our copyright text, and in the right hand side we have a social media icons. If I hover this icons, this looks awesome. Okay, so let's check for the mobile screen as well. So if I check here, so you can see in the below we have this text with this copyright symbol. Okay, so let's check in the responsiveness. Okay, so this is our hero section, and after this hero section we have this menu items. This also looks great, and after this menu items we have this about us section. This also looking great, and after this menu items we have our location. This also looking great, and here you can see contact us and our location. So need to fix this one. So go to this location, and here you can see it is not a 500. Instead of 500 need to put 700. Save it and check it. This looks great. And one more thing, instead of this font weight bold need to put extra bold, and it is a 4XL. Text is 4XL. Save it and check it. You can see this looks great. our location also looking nice. And after this location we have this contact us form where we have this name, email and message. Okay, and in the last we have our footer section. This looks really awesome. This is all about this video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really motivates me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Code with Surya Official. Till then, keep smiling and happy coding. See you in the next video.